Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into the ancient Book of Proverbs to listen to a voice that's been guiding people for thousands of years. It's the voice of a wise woman, and she's not just some character in a story, she's our teacher. Her lessons are all about how to build a life that truly matters. So, let's jump in.
The first thing you notice in Proverbs is that wisdom isn't some dusty, forgotten idea locked away somewhere. No, she's personified as a woman who is out in the open, in the busiest parts of town, calling out to anyone who will listen. She's active, she's accessible, she's not a distant concept. Really, the entire book is an invitation to hear what she has to say.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to listen to her invitation to learn. Then we'll explore the incredible rewards that come from following her lead. We'll also pay attention to the warning she gives about the other path, the path of folly. And finally, we'll get to see what all this wisdom looks like in real life, embodied in the woman of noble character.
The teacher in Proverbs often speaks just like this. Listen, my child. It feels so personal, so direct, right? This isn't some generic lecture for a huge crowd. It's more like advice from a parent to a child or a mentor to a student. It's a call to really lean in and hear what's being offered.
Okay, so to understand what she's offering, we need to get what wisdom really means here. The original Hebrew word is chogmah, and this isn't about being book smart or having a high IQ. It's defined as a moral skill. Think of it more like a craft, the practical ability to live your life so that you actually produce something of real, lasting value.
So the whole point of this teaching is crystal clear. It's designed to give you two crucial things. First, moral instruction. That's the training you need to build that valuable life. And second, the ability to discern wise counsel. That's the skill to tell the difference between good and bad advice, between what's true and what's not. It's all about getting you equipped to navigate life.
And here we have it, the foundational principle, the absolute starting line. Now, fearing the Lord doesn't mean being terrified. It's about having a sense of reverence and awe, a deep respect for a moral standard that's higher than yourself. That reverence, that's step one. Without it, you can't even begin to get real knowledge.
Now, following this path isn't about some grim, boring duty. Not at all. Wisdom actually promises that her way is full of incredible rewards and deep, deep satisfaction. So let's take a look at what you actually get by listening to her.
Check this out. She's offering the whole package, a long life, wealth, honor, pleasantness, and peace. It's a full, prosperous, and secure life. And that last line is so powerful. She is a tree of life. That's a direct callback to the Garden of Eden, suggesting that through wisdom, we can get back to a life of real vitality and fullness.
So here's the bottom line. While wisdom might bring you riches and honor, she herself is the real treasure. Her value is way, way above any material wealth. You could gather up all the desirable things of the world, and they just couldn't compare to having this moral skill and understanding.
And beyond all that prosperity, wisdom offers something that might be even more valuable: peace. A life lived with security, where you're free from that constant nagging dread of harm. It's a promise of inner stability and safety, a kind of calm that comes from knowing you're on the right path.
But, and this is a big but, for every invitation you get from wisdom, there's another voice competing for your attention. Every one of us faces a choice, a fork in the road. And now we have to talk about that other path, the one offered by the woman called folly. The difference between these two invitations is just stunning. On one hand, wisdom offers a real feast, a nourishing banquet that leads to life. She says, abandon foolishness and live. But folly, she just whispers about the thrill of something forbidden. Stolen waters, illicit pleasures. They might seem sweet for a moment, but there's no substance there, no nourishment. Only secrets. And here is the really stark warning. Folly's ways are described as unstable. It's a path that doesn't lead to life, but to a shadowy existence in what's basically the land of no return. The choice you make is final, and the consequences are serious. Her path is, quite literally, a dead end.
Okay, so after that pretty serious warning, let's turn to our final and I think most inspiring lesson. We've talked about the principles of wisdom. But now, we get to see what it actually looks like when it's fully lived out, when wisdom is made real.
The Book of Proverbs closes with this beautiful portrait. And hey, notice the language? Her value is far more than rubies. That's the exact same phrase used to describe wisdom herself.
This woman is the ultimate embodiment of hokmah. She's called a woman of valor, she is strong, she is rare, and she is incredibly precious.
This is what wisdom in action looks like. She's not just sitting around thinking deep thoughts. She's applying that moral skill to every single part of her life. She's a sharp entrepreneur. She is so strong and prepared that she can literally laugh at the time to come because she's confident about the future. She is actively compassionate. And the result of all this? The people who know her best praise and honor her.
And her wisdom isn't just something she keeps for herself. It flows out of her. When she speaks, it's with wisdom. The guidance she gives, what the text calls loving instruction, is a gift to everyone in her life. She's a source of blessing for her whole community.
And here we go. This is the core lesson of this entire explainer. It ties everything together perfectly. Charm? It can mislead you. Physical beauty? It fades. But character that's built on that fear of the Lord, that foundational reverence we talked about at the very beginning, that is what has lasting value. That's what earns true, enduring praise.
The poem ends by saying her actions, her works, are what should praise her publicly at the city gates, the center of public life. It's such a powerful image, right? A legacy built on competence, character, and compassion. And that leaves all of us with a final, really crucial question to think about. What are the works that you're building? What is the life of moral skill you are crafting that will one day praise you?